Alright, hello and welcome back to the series where I talk about all the games I'm interested in the upcoming month. Month for this video is March of 2026, and I'm going to be honest, I thought there was nothing really except for one. But after looking, there's actually quite a few things about I have at least some interest in, so as always, let's just get right into it. On the 5th, another one where I don't have any personal interest, but I'm just fascinated to see how it will do. Marathon. Don't know much about it. I just know it's from Bungie, and it's from at least from an IP that was around like in the 90s. I've never heard of it before now. Well, before the new one was announced, but it's an extraction shooter from Bungie. A lot of people are saying it looks good. A lot of people are saying it looks terrible. Is it going to be the next big game that people are coming back to for years? Or is it going to be what people are calling a Concord 3? What a time we live in. It's going to be interesting to keep an eye on to see how it'll do after things like High Guard. I've been watching the numbers for that. It's been interesting how that does. I think it's safe to say it'll do better, but it's just one of those games I look forward to keeping an eye on. I absolutely will not play it unless like I see somebody playing it and it just blows my mind with how different it looks than what I expected. But I've seen trailers, I've seen gameplay. I'm just interested to see how it does. Also on the 5th, as a phrase I'm going to repeat a couple of times, Never Grave the Witch and the Curse. This is one where I don't even know when it was shown off. I just remember when it was shown off, it was like one of the few real big highlights of it. I don't think a lot of people, like, it has, I don't remember how other people kind of reacted to it, but I thought out of all the things that were shown off, whenever that was, I think it was probably a state of play. It was one of the highlights. It seems like a very Hollow Knight inspired, like, at least art style wise. Like, I don't know if you could really deny that. It has a very similar look, but a bit more of an anime feel to it. And if you know anything about me, you know that's going to get at least a bit more attention on my part. It's just a roguelike Metroidvania. I don't know if there's going to be much of a story to it, but I like the look. I never got much into Hollow Knight, so I don't know if I'll get this, but out of all the games, the other one will come soon. I think this is the second most likely one I'm going to get. There's one game guaranteed. This is like, out of all the maybes, this is definitely at the top of that list. Depends on the price. Even though I absolutely will not be playing because I have no interest in buying a Switch 2, Pokemon Pokepia is one of the few Pokemon games in the last like 20 years, slight exaggeration, 10 years, did I have any big interest in getting. It just seems like a Pokemon take on something like Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing kind of thing. You play as a Ditto, making a home for your friends, and seems fun. I'll watch other people play it, but if I ever get a Switch 2, I'll pick it up. If I ever somehow get a Switch 2. The only reason I have a Switch 1 is because my brother has a Switch 1. And he doesn't use it, so... Looks cool, though. Again, out of all the Pokemon games in the last, like, 10 years, since before X and Y, it's one of the few that has any appeal to me.
You.
Whoa, watch it.
Excuse you. Uncalled
Excuse you.
for.
Sorry.
Uncalled for. Okay, here we go, guys. On 3. Ah! I'm sorry.
Charmander photobombing still.
All right, on
Okay.
3. 1, 2, 3.
The big one. On the 19th, my number one most anticipated game for this year, and it doesn't even come close to being close, Crimson Desert. Big open world RPG where just The world is partly massive. You have many ways to traverse, from like horse, hot air balloon, dragon, mecha suit thing. The combat looks incredible. The exploration looks incredible. The towns look phenomenal. The side activities seem nice and varied, from fishing to etc. I don't know if there's other things, but just what was one? It's like there's a guy in a horse and carriage, and you have to help escort him around, some slow stuff like that. The first trailer I saw this was in like 2022, and it looked like the most mind-blowing piece of video game I've ever seen. To a point where I have to be realistic with myself. It looks too good to be true, and it probably is, but I have to keep my hope. Because for me, it is one of the most incredible looking things I've ever seen in my life. And I my age is like milk, but I've gone on saying that if this holds up to what it could be, for what I think it could be one of the greatest video games of all time. Usually a few delays will kind of, it puts a bit of worry in you, because I'm sure this was either delayed once or twice, just like no big information for a while. But consider how big and varied this looks in every way, it's the only time the delays give me a bit more hope. Hopefully it was just there's so much going on that they just had to take time to do more. It's easily my most anticipated game at the moment. Like, I did my top 10 games looking forward to for this year. The other 9 combined don't even come close to this. Every other game this month could get cancelled, and I wouldn't give a shit as long as this comes up. It's the one guarantee of the month. I don't care. Anything could happen, and I would still scrape together to make sure I can get this. 19 days. It really went from no information, or at least no release date information, to, oh, here it is, in the blink of an eye. I can't fucking wait. This game, if it better hold up. The 19th of March is going to be either an incredible day for me, or one of the biggest letdowns in my life. There's no in between. Unfortunately, something has to follow that, I guess. Nothing can hold up to that, but on the 26th, we have Life is Strange Reunion. Apparently, they're bringing Chloe back. They're going to have some full-on epilogue to the Life is Strange Max story, maybe the franchise as a whole. I'm only mentioning because Life is Strange 1 is such a big thing to me. Like, with Don't Nod, I played Remember Me. I really liked it. I played Life is Strange. I loved it. Like, even from like the moment I saw the first concept art, I knew. The second I saw like one of Max doing her time powers, it's like this weird kind of watercolor art of her. Somehow I just knew I was going to be interested, and it was, realistically, in every way the game has problems, but it's one of the things that just stuck with me. It came out, what, 2014? I still think about that game surprisingly often. Then Before the Storm came out, it was fine. And then 2 came out. It was less than fine, but it was okay to watch, but I didn't like playing it as much. True Colors, Double Exposure came out, and they were both notoriously less than ideal. And if I'm going to be realistic, I don't even care to play this. I don't even think I will. I think I'm done. Like, I enjoyed the first one, and that was enough. It became one of my most just impactful games for some reason. But yeah, I just felt like it was worth mentioning. Maybe it'll be good. Who knows? There was a time where Don't Nod, if I saw their name, it was like instant. They have my attention, but now, yeah.
Right now, I think we should run. Chloe. Let's go, Max! I have memories of things that can't possibly be true. Max, Did you do this?
Your visions, the fire. We'll figure it all out.
Whatever comes next, it will happen to us.
This isn't fair! You can't have come back to me just to end up here. Did we meet in a past life?
Also on the 26th. Why? This month is like half empty for me, but everything is like piled on top of each other. Screamer. It seems like a weird, kind of fun, arcadey, anime-style racing game, which I think is the best kind of racing game. I've been wanting a racing game recently. I've just been thinking about it recently. Like, should I get like a Gran Turismo or maybe the new Forza? But no, this. There also seems to be like a story to it, which racing game stories, I can't imagine. Like, if you were to talk about this, if I was to talk about this a week ago, I would have thought a racing game story. Who cares? But after playing Ace Combat 7, and so far the story, I didn't expect there to be any story. Except maybe like, here's a background with some military shit going on, where I won't understand half the words, and just, well, whatever. But I'm surprisingly just drawn in by it. I never expected that, so hopefully it can be a good story. I probably won't get this for a while, it'll be down the line kind of thing, but looks fun.
In a team.
Oh, and there's no specific release date, but apparently the new Dissidia Final Fantasy mobile game is coming out in sometime in March. Everyone wants to remaster the first two games, or at least the second one, because I think that's like the definitive version. I've never played or looked into it, but the first Dissidia, childhood love, just all the Final Fantasy characters coming together for the first time. It was a huge deal back then. And I think, I might be wrong, but from what I've heard, the second one is like a definitive version, just more to it. Then it came out on PS4, a different one did. It sucked. It was forced 3v3 crap. I wanted a single player with the story. That was the fun of it. This one, it looks like it has some fun dress up. And I know, that's such a stupid reason for intro, but look at this. These are some nice outfits. It might be okay, but hopefully someday they'll remaster the fucking PSP ones and give people what they actually want. Yeah, that's everything in March. No, this year's been really like adaptation stuff that I'm interested in at all. No TV shows, no movies, no animes that I've any interest in terms of this. Like, there has been a few, but none that I care about. But yeah, that's everything I'm looking forward to next month. As always, let me know what you're interested in, what I might have missed, and I'll see you for the next one. I cannot wait for Crimson Desert. It's the only thing I'm like massively, again, everything else I'm interested in here could be cancelled. And I wouldn't even care that much as long as Crimson Desert comes out. It's 19 days. I can't get delayed, but yeah, see you for the next one. See you then.